G'day and welcome to JoeJoeMoto. Here we are in the shed today, going to work on Mr. Reese's bike. We're going to do a little bit of a health check on the bike because we're a little bit concerned about a few things that are going on. So Mr. Reese is going to tell you about what happened on the trails and we'll go from there.
Crazy big hill, like crazy. So it wasn't so much that the hill was that tricky, it was just, wasn't getting up there, no momentum, like stop at the bottom. So to try and get the maximum grip, getting in at second gear, up, bit of clutch, but found when I was up really steep, I just had to let the recluse do its job and full throttle. It was a lot of load on the engine. I just feel that it was kind of really working hard. It's got a fair few hours on it now as well on the top end, and got to the top of the hill, all good, high fives, back slaps, made it. But when I then went to start the bike afterwards, just didn't quite feel right. So we had this situation where it just feels a little bit loose, like there's nothing there. So let's do a check, see what it is, and inform you more later.
How many hours do you think it's been since you did the top end?
Probably between 70 and 90.
So on a 200, 100 odd hours is getting up there for sure. Yep. And they do cop a lot of abuse for sure. So yeah, so what we're going to do, first step is we're going to do just a dry compression test. So we're going to take everything off the top here, get to the top of the head, we're going to put our compression tester in, no oil, no nothing, and just see what we end up with. Dude, that's on. Are you sure you took the bolt out? There we go. Oh, dirt on Mr. Reese's dirt bike. He'll be shamed. Look at that.
I usually, after every ride, I usually strip it down completely.
Every part.
Every part, redo, clean, fresh.
Re-nickel plate every single bolt.
It's been busy.
Yeah.
I've had to work 2 days a week this week.
Oh.
For the last 2 weeks, so
Shame.
it's terrible. From the factory or whatever, or from the dealership. Yeah. It had a little tag on it, just to say.
Okay, so now we've got the tank off. We have access to the head here. We're going to take the spark plug out and we're going to use my trusty old compression tester. It's a little bit dusty, and you know why it's so dusty is because I own a KTM and you don't have to compression test them. Actually, yeah, that's... Anyway.
Usually.
Yeah, maybe. So what we're going to do, take the plug out, compression tester goes in, and from there we'll kick it a bunch of times because it doesn't have an electric start, and yeah, we'll see what compression we come up with. If it's anywhere over, I'm going to make a call now, if it's anywhere over 90 psi, I'll be happy. If it's under 90, we could look at doing a wet test. So
Give us a guess.
Oh yeah, okay.
Chuck a number in.
Alright, no, you guys have to chuck a number in first. Drop a comment right now. The person who is closest and is honest and doesn't do it after we've shown the thing, I'll send a sticker out to you. So I'm gonna, free sticker, I know. Tell me about it. We'll sticker pack, one of the ones with all the different stickers. I'm gonna put it to, I'm gonna go 105. 105. Now you're the one that wants us to work on the bike and do a top end, so...
I'm thinking it needs it. So I'm actually going to be that guy, and I'm going to go closer to 84.
84.
I think it's down.
I don't know how technical this one gets. I don't know if we can get to 84, but if it's somewhere near 80, yeah, we'll see. So let's do it and see what happens.
Oh wow.
Genuine KTM tool here for taking off spark plugs.
Because you never have to change spark plugs in KTM.
No, they never.
You watch this, this will come out fresh as a daisy. Ready?
How long do you think that's been in there?
Ooh, really,
who knows?
Really hard to say, yeah, quite a while. Oh, that's actually
that
really
is actually
nice.
really clean.
It must be new.
That's new.
I must have changed it
Yeah.
at some stage. Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Anywho, there we go, hey?
Just down on compression, mate.
Probably feels no different.
Yeah. Okay.
The shed Vaseline.
Shed
Wow, that was a proper stuffer.
You got all excited.
No, I got nervous.
What? Is it really old, or is it supposed to be like that?
Yeah. Should still do the trick, I guess, but the length precise.
Okay, so do you reckon you're good? Hey! It's like a real riding. Okay, go full throttle. Like you gotta. Oh, yep, full throttle. Okay. Boot it. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, stop.
Boot it. Yeah, keep going, 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 keep going. Okay, stop. So currently we've got 90, 100, 102.
Woo!
Let's call it 102, maybe 103.
Oh, that's pushing it.
Yeah.
102.7.
That's, yeah, the Mix FM. No, hang on, let me just check again. 90, 95, 100. Yeah, 103-ish. 103-ish.
That's
So that's good compression. Like that's, well, it's fine.
okay.
The only issue is you don't have another cylinder to compare it to, you know. But it's over 100 or so. So
Right.
Good compression, like that's, well, it's fine.
Okay.
The only issue is you don't have another cylinder to compare it to, you know. But it's over 100 or so.
Right.
Alright, so compression test, 102.5 I'm going to call.
So, whoever got that,
Oh yeah,
we need to see that. So no cheating, no lying. Come on. We will know because there's a timestamp on when you looked at it and when you guessed.
yes, I can do that YouTube analytics crazy weird stuff.
It's insane what we can do. Insane.
Anyway, over 100 psi is no issue at all. I would not be doing a rebuild on a motor that has over 100 psi. Yeah. So where to from here? Don't know.
We'll put some oil in it and we'll try again and we'll see if there is a difference.
Yeah,
It's worth doing.
it is worth doing because even if there is a little bit of scoring on the bore or the rings are a little bit worn, it still should improve the rating, the PSI on the compression test. So we'll try it out. We'll give it a little go. We'll drop a little bit of oil in there, kick it around a little bit, and then compression test again. If it increases by 20 psi or 30 psi or something like that, then we'll consider what to do. But over 100 psi is good, and I wouldn't be too concerned with that. So we'll do that and see what happens. Thanks to Super Cheap Auto and Penrite, awesome stuff. We're going to use some of your oil to test the compression.
So on the Penrite 2-stroke bottle, check this. It has a measuring thing. You can. Man, I'm always losing my measuring jar.
Modern science. Modern science.
What a time to be alive. Measure. What a dream for that.
Whip.
Hasn't come out yet. That was a pretty big jewel.
A little bit more.
Order.
Yeah, a little bit. Just like the same again a bit. Yeah, that's heaps.
2 joules.
compression tester back on. Ready for our wet test.
Second compression test, wet one down with oil in the cylinder.
Throttle.
Oh, throttle!
You just gotta. Whoa!
Whoa! Blowout.
I might need that. I can't kick properly without.
Hang on.
Oh, one of my 3 thongs came off. Probably together.
Okay. No. Wait.
Oh, one of my 3 thongs came off.
Young. Alright, that'll do. Okay, so that has kicked it up to 140.
Wow, that's a big difference. And I could feel that difference too.
140.
Yeah.
40 psi difference.
That's huge.
That's a big difference, huh?
And you feel it. The first few
Big difference
kicks
in
before
compression.
the oil worked its way around and stuff
Yep.
was like,
Yep.
ooh, okay, it's enough to blow your thumb off. For all you American viewers.
It's enough to blow your thumb off. Okay, so we've wet tested now, compression test, and 140 psi. So I think if you roll it back, I think I said if it's going to be anything over 20 psi, you've got a bit of a problem going on, and that's basically 40 psi. And when you were kicking it,
Yeah, you feel a big difference. Like the first few kicks with the wet, yeah, you know that there's something wrong. That's like it's a solid kick as opposed to the dry, which
Yeah.
is not so solid.
yeah, so it's like basically when you do a fresh top end, you do a rebuild, the rings are really sealed on the cylinder. You'll notice straight away the first few times you kick a bike, like when I did my rebuild, it's extreme, like full on, it's very, very hard to kick. That's when I had to do my new starter motor rebuild and everything because it just couldn't even kick it over on the starter motor. So, yeah, could be rebuild,
I think so. I think it's worth it.
worth it. Couple $100 for a new piston and rings, and it's a good time to do, I guess, another sort of health check on the bottom end and everything as well. So, what do you reckon?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll have a little chat and come back to you, I think, on that one. Cool. Yeah, so this is why rebuilds, Luke, take about 2 weeks to do rather than a day, you know.
Yeah.
Because you got to stop.
No.
And then next, g'day and welcome to JoeJoeMoto. Today we're working
G'day guys!
No, not g'day guys. Today I'm...
No wonder it takes you guys so long to get it.
Just because I keep stirring it up. That's why.
We need microphones really bad.
Why don't you get some?
I'm waiting until I get a new camera. That camera's just about dead.
So we just need to talk like this.
Yeah, we do. We have to speak loud. You're...
Speaking of-
So you ready?
Sorry.
Right on set.
so good.
So you're set. You're selling it.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
It's sad to see it go, man. It's been,
I
this
agree,
thing's
yeah.
been in our family for years, eh?
Yeah.
This was another mate's bike before Reese's.
Oh, okay.
Matt's.
You know how close I was to getting this brake cable sent here instead of to my place?
Yeah.
Just in the hope that you do it for me.
I would have too. I would have had it done already. I would have had it
I was
done.
thinking that, I'm like, oh, I do that. Then Joel will do it through a week, I'll just be able to pop out.
Yeah, you
Go
got
for a
nothing to do.
ride.
Go for a ride.
Look at you.
It's frustrating when that's not recording.
Okay, good.
It's Inception.
Oh!
That was my anus.
Did that actually like get you? Or?
It was pretty good.
I usually can't do that. So that was quite surprising.
First time I've ever done that. Okay, battery's running low.
Wait, go. Yeah, it's good, quick. Okay, see you later. Bye.